Yo, what up, though? Man, I just read it's many reports saying that the Minnesota Vikings are considering giving KOC a new contract before the start of the 2024 season. I think Quasi's name was in there too, but if the Minnesota Vikings was to give KOC a new contract after he have 2 years left on his current contract, that's right there would be a big mistake, man. The Minnesota Vikings do not need to give Kelsey a new contract. A new contract for what? Like, I know many people got mixed feelings about KOC, but what we all can say is KOC play calling is very, very questionable, man. And I think KOC have to get that under control before he get a new contract. Like, let's be for real. He got this year on the contract and he got next year. Why is the Minnesota Vikings trying to give this man a new contract right away? It make no sense. And the Minnesota Vikings will be making a big mistake. Just like when they gave Mike Zimmer that contract extension after he beat the New Orleans Saints, when you knew his time was up, this might could go like that. Because let's be for real, y'all. KOC do not know how to run the football. If KOC can identify us a quarterback in this NFL draft, and if he can fix his play calling, I will be happy on giving KOC a new contract. But until I see that, he don't need a new contract. People fell in love too much what KOC did in year one. Like, let's be for real. Many people forget what happened in year two. Like, we going to forget what happened. We going to blame everything on the injuries. Like, before Kirk Cousins got hurt, the Minnesota Vikings offense wasn't that good. Like, I feel like the Minnesota Vikings do not need to give Kelsey a new contract right now, man. Let Kelsey at least play on his last year of his contract. What's going to happen? His numbers going to go up or something like that? Like, come on, man. I don't like that. The Minnesota Vikings, man, do not need to give Kelsey a new contract right now, man. I have a lot of questions about KOC, man. And this year is a big year for KOC. Like, if he can't deliver this year, his ass might get fired at the end of this year. That's what I was thinking. But I guess the Minnesota Vikings like what they see in KOC. So it don't matter what happened this year, his ass is getting a new contract. Wow. That would be a big mistake, man. I'm not going to lie to you, man. If they do that, this show me the Minnesota Vikings ownership, man, is just lost and just desperate. They fell in love with year one so much, they gonna ignore everything else that happened after year one and during year one, man. Kelsey offense wasn't real good in year one. Like, let's be for real. In year two, we seen it. So we need to calm down. Let's see what happened this year with KOC in the offense. Then go from there. But to jump out and give this man a new contract before the season even start, that right there would be a slap in your own face. Like, what are you giving this man a contract for? Like, let him go out and find us a quarterback first. Let him find us a running game. Like, it's a lot of questions he have to answer at being the head coach. And to me, he ain't answered nothing yet. So the Wolves need to hold that checkbook in their pocket. I know they love writing checks. But they need to hold that in their pocket and wait till KLC deliver on something this year, man. Because what would happen if KLC have a season like last year, minus the injuries? What happened when we went 5 or 6 games? And you done gave the man a 3-year extra deal on a contract that ain't expire until 2 more years from now. Like, that would be dumb. Like, why would you put yourself in that boat? Like, then at the end of the day, who will letting the Wolves do making these type of moves? Like, somebody should be tapping them on the shoulder. Like, nah, man, we gotta see more out of the dog. Yeah, like, come on, man. I feel like the Minnesota Vikings should not give KLC a new contract, man. Let the man prove himself first. He ain't proved nothing. Many people fall in love with year one, but what about year two? I done seen a lot of teams make the playoff with backup quarterbacks. Hell, the Eagles even won the Super Bowl with a backup quarterback. But we giving KLC all the excuses, and that's cool. But let's see what KLC can do this year as a head coach for the Minnesota Vikings, man. Our running game ain't been there since he came. The offense disappeared a lot. Let's just wait a little bit.